We've had a very wonderful, joyous week on which we celebrated diversity at Stellenbosch University. As jy mooi kyk wat het gebeur, is dat ons het eers begin en die fokus was bietjie op hoe ons verskillend van mekaar.
Die idee agter die diversiteitsweek se embleem is dis 'n kombinasie wat geïnspireer is deur die idee van 'n kaleidoskoop en ook licorice all sorts.
Ons het ook verskillende kleure van verskillende fakulteite gebruik en saam vorm met hierdie feestelike warwel van kleure waarin die universiteitsweek nou geken word.
And an important idea behind it was, how do we look at our differences? How do we look at the diversity that we represent as individuals, but also as people in the classroom, people in groups?
So die hele idee van die bracelets is om formaties te help om te verstaan dat hulle deel is van verskeie identiteite. So party van hulle gaan klere gebruik wat sê of hulle van die platteland afkom of hulle van die stad afkom. Ander mense gaan praat oor hulle identiteit in terme van hulle eerste generasie status by Stellenbosch. En die hele idee is dat maties begin agterkom hulle is beide deel van 'n meerderheid en 'n minderheid gelyktydig en dat mense aan die gesels kry. Mense wil graag die beats dra, hulle wil graag begin gesels oor waar hulle vandaan kom en watter tale hulle kan praat. En dis 'n lekker manier om diversiteit 'n bietjie van 'n fashion statement te maak en om vir mense bymekaar uit te bring.
The most important part for me was the discussions with those students who were born after 1994, who started their first year at university this year. So the whole question was, how do we become custodians of Madiba's children, and how can a university think about their differences, but also how they are equal, how they belong together, how they have changed already, and how they will continue to change this country for the better. You are our best bet for the future. And dit is waarom julle hier is vandag, want ek wil hê julle moet dit onthou. We're betting on you for a better nation and a better future. En dan het ons die klomp komediante ingekry en hulle het ons geleer om te lag oor ons verskille. Het ons geleer om te lag oor hoe ons verskillend loop, verskillend praat.
I repeat, guys, what country in the world do you know that everyone can sit together and make guy of themselves? Okay, if you don't know what guy means, this means make fun of each other. I think diversity is amazing. I think we live in the most amazing country in the world that we can celebrate diversity. And I think you have to talk about it for things to get better. If you don't talk about it, it just gets worse and worse.
Die wasgoedlyn projek was spesifiek gedoen om studente te kry om werklik te gaan dink oor wanneer teen hulle gediskrimineer was en wanneer ook hulle self dan gediskrimineer het teen ander. Net om 'n bietjie te verder te gaan dink wanneer mense iemand byvoorbeeld seer gemaak het met dit wat jy gesê het en dan ook self seer gemaak het. So is wonderlik om te sien dat studente bereid is om oor hierdie tipe van goeters te praat.
En dan het ons moeilike debatte gehad oor wat is rassisme, hoe werk rassisme as ons nou uit ons verlede uit moet uitbeweeg in ons toekoms en ons wil nie oor ons skade weer spring nie, hoe doen ons dit?
This particular week has been one of my most fruitful experiences in higher education in South Africa for a long time. The idea of this week, which Stellenbosch University initiated, certainly proves that if you bring the university community together to discuss difficult issues in the country, that one can make great progress in terms of developing the university as a space that can advance social justice.
And so this week was a week of deep thought, but also a week of great fun.
Enige vorm van sosiale geleentheid waar jy 'n klomp verskillende mense met mekaar kan kry om saam hulle self te geniet, dink ek bevorder diversiteit. Ek dink oor die algemeen enige mens by meer goed hulle kan betrokke wees, hoe ryker mens kan hulle wees. So hoe meer divers jy jou lewe aanpak, dink ek, hoe beter gaan jou lewe 10-1 wees.
I remember the day when I was sitting in a couch on the Red Square. dat het my baie geïnteresseer om te kon hoor dat van ons studente kon aan my verduidelik hoe hierdie diversiteitsweek hulle uitgedaag het. Maar dit is ook moeilik vir baie mense want ons personeel het duidelik aangedui dat hulle sukkel nog maar om inklusiewe, insluitende ruimtes te vind. So ons het 'n bietjie werk ook om te doen.
Van woonplek na werkplek, van woonplek na werkplek. Sing on making good and it makes me wanna scream.
I think diversity makes the world go round. You know, first things first, if we're all the same, then chances are about 7 billion of us would be unnecessary on the planet because we have the one prototype. So, you know, the fact that we think differently, we see differently, we smell differently, you know, I think is what, you know, makes the world a beautiful place. And we need to celebrate it and we need to respect that we are not all the same. You know, why should I hold it against you that you love X music and I love other music? Yeah, so let's embrace, I think let's celebrate our differences, not our commonalities.
The last day was, I think, the greatest day for me. It was when we had the Colour Festival, and the wonderful thing of the festival was that everybody turned into the colours of the powder that they used to spray it around in Victoria Road. And the wonderful thing is I could end off by telling them, we started off by thinking about our differences, and that night we all looked the same. And that is, I think, what is great about moving from diversity, celebrating diversity, into a bigger inclusive society and a bigger inclusive Māori community.